What's up? I'm Hugz. That's Sam. Welcome to Hugz and Sam. We're getting into some RWBY action. Season 6, Episode 8. Last we left off. We had, we're in Argus now.
Argus.
I say Argus because of WoW, I think.
Yeah, I think it's Argus.
Unless I'm also wrong in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I could be wrong in both. Because it's like the Argus stand?
Argus. Anyway, we met Jean's sister and her wife, partner, and
cute little baby.
And they were trying to get through, and they were unsuccessful in doing so.
Yes. Also, we saw Maria's backstory.
Yes, and how she got her eyes sliced. Eyes
sliced.
And that was freaking brutal and sad.
I mean, she is epic, though. With her,
Yes.
little eye thing she's got now. So
Oh, yeah. She's really cool.
I'm so cool with that. She's still one of my favorite characters. I want to know how she has shrunk. I know, it's the meme, old people get smaller.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of, that's guys, that's some shrinkage.
Yeah. I think it's just, also, it's anime, it's not, that's debatable whether RWBY is anime, but, it's just kind of a common thing, to show, the olding of age,
Word. That's just a lot of shrinkage. Well, it's when we saw her originally, she was such a badass, and I was like, is that going to be her daughter? You know what I mean? Because it was
Yeah.
But
I thought
whatever.
It was we had that whole conversation in the last reaction, so.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Let me turn this a little bit. We're all turned all the way down. He's awake.
The moon. The darkness cannot last. No hope, no past.
It's been a while since I listened to the song.
Yeah. Someday soon, we'll rise and like the moon. I love this song.
I would like to hear it live.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Our orders are clear. The Mistral Atlas border is closed. Please, have a good day. A good day!
Hey, if you don't want to believe that I'm friends with Ironwood...
General Ironwood!
Yeah, General Ironwood. Then fine. But look, we have Weiss Schnee with us, and we're trying to get her home safely.
Approach!
Could be used, yeah.
How ridiculous they are.
I know.
Very well. You may speak with our commanding officer. We will fetch her at once.
Is it gonna be winter?
I don't know.
It's so ridiculous.
Kind of super weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Well, I may know this commanding officer. That's good, isn't it? If she's your friend, then maybe she'd be more willing to help us. I wouldn't exactly call us friends. Acquaintances?
Not quite.
Like
Colleague?
sisters or something,
Former.
maybe?
Enemies?
Relatives?
That's the one.
Wait,
Oh.
What?
Oh, yes, I come through here about once every 10 years to get my eyes checked up in Atlas. You bring outside cashews on one flight, and suddenly you're placed on the additional screening list.
Where is Winter? What is Winter now?
You've
Is Winter
gotta be
not
kidding me.
Now, let's not give up hope yet. Maybe she's dead.
Gosh.
Introducing Special Operative Caroline Cordovan!
Caroline Cordovan.
She can be real tiny too. Yep. Snap, she looks like
Witch.
She-devil.
I see you've chosen larger contraband to smuggle this time.
Oh, Cordo. You know, they say time changes people, but I see you've still got that stick right out. Cordovan?
looks like
My name
with Paul
is Ruby
Hawkins.
Rose, and I was wondering if
Oh,
you
yeah.
She looks like her, don't she?
I've already
Yeah.
heard what your other little friends had to say. Miss Rose. What are you doing back here? I thought I told you to leave!
And I told you we wouldn't rest until you left
Next
Well, you civilians are clearly incapable of comprehending the importance of our mission here in August. So allow me to say this slowly with smaller words. This base, that relay tower, the very safety of Argus are all gifts from the glorious kingdom of Atlas. And it is my duty to uphold them as only I have the wit and tenacity for such a task.
She crazy.
Wit! Such tenacity!
They're crazy.
Or maybe Atlas just wanted to get you as far from the kingdom as possible.
You're just like the rest of these Argus ingrates. This city wouldn't even
This
be
reminds
here
me of
but for
Team
our
Rocket for some
Elysian
reason.
ancestors. And what do we get in return? The entire world is ready to put a knife to our throats.
Please, we know your kingdom had nothing to do with the fall of Beacon. We were there. No one's happy about the Atlas borders or embargo. But I know General Ironwood is just worried. It's why we need to talk
The general is no coward. Atlas is strong. If all the kingdoms plan to make us their enemy, then so be it. Atlas will prevail.
Atlas will prevail!
Do you guys seriously have to do that? If Miss Schnee has truly come to her senses and wishes to return to her family, then of course the Atlas military will
But
escort
they're only
her
gonna
home.
let her come.
But the kingdom will not be responsible for her friends of questionable character.
Oh,
What's that supposed to mean?
It means we're done here.
rude.
Oh, yeah? Well, your base looks like a big dumb boot.
Way to show her, Nora.
Nora always with them fire burns.
I don't. Weiss, I told you we wouldn't leave your side for a second. We'll find a way to Atlas. Together. So, where are we going now?
Yeah, what's the plan?
The plan? The plan just got shut on our face 3 times over. I'm going for a drink.
Uncle Crow, I really think we should try and come up with something. Together.
What's his problem? It's not your fault we can't go on.
If he's gonna be a jerk, then we'll just come up with something without him. I mean, we've got Ozpin with us. He usually knows what to do.
Sometimes you kind of need that solitude to come up with a plan.
What is
Maybe
it?
not go drink again, but you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I just,
Everything we did was for nothing.
I do not like that he
That's
drinks
not
like
true.
that.
Really? Because it sure does sound like it.
I
If Salem can't be killed, then how are we supposed to win this?
Contained.
Can she be contained?
Wow.
Theoretically,
Great plan,
why
everyone.
couldn't anything be contained?
Yeah.
It's just figuring out how
Look,
to.
none of this is great, we know. But we're not the bad guys here.
Are we sure about that?
What?
He's in your head, isn't he? Did you already know about this?
He didn't know any of it.
How longer can we even trust him?
John!
How do we even know it's really him? What if we've been talking to that liar this whole time?
John!
That's not fair.
Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know.
I think it would be
I
best
want a
if we
little
had
0
some
to
time to
100.
ourselves.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think people just need a little bit of a break.
Maybe we could all use some space.
See, Oscar's kind of in that weird position where it's like, it's not really his fault, but because he's like attached,
Yeah.
like puts him in that position.
Where are you?
You know, I came out here to avoid the yelling.
Sorry. The others went to get food for tonight.
Why not go with them?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
What do I tell Jean and his team when we don't even have a plan? The crow's out drinking, the husband hasn't come back, and even if he did, I don't know if I could trust him. And there's always Jin, but we only have one more question we can ask her. I feel like I'm letting everyone down.
Mm-mm.
You know, you
I
don't
like the
give yourself
butterflies.
enough credit.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
That wasn't a compliment.
What?
If I have to explain it to you, it'll just defeat the purpose. But if you're tired of not knowing anything, how about we discuss those eyes of yours?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I would be honored.
Sit back down, for Pete's sake. Let's start with what you do know. Tell me.
Silver-eyed people are supposed to be legendary warriors. Or something.
She's silver-eyed, right? Or
And
was.
at the
Yeah.
Fall of Beacon, I turned a giant wyvern into stone.
Oh boy.
Look, if I already knew everything, I wouldn't be asking for help.
Yelling. It's not your fault. I had my father to teach me. And even he didn't have all the answers. But what he told me makes sense, given what I've seen.
Was he a huntsman too?
It wasn't really an official title back in his day. I only knew him as an old soldier and an excellent teacher.
Aw.
I never attended one of those fancy academies of yours, but I scored higher on the license exam than any other huntsman or huntress that day.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
You must have been proud.
He would have scolded me for showing off. He'd never been able to find much information about our abilities. Just legends of warriors whose eyes shone like mirrors, reflecting the light of the world onto darkness. He found so little, in fact, that it made him cautious. How could such powerful bloodlines be so rare?
I love these butterflies.
Yeah, they're
Unless
so cool.
something was actively seeking to destroy them.
Salem.
I tried to keep my powers a secret, but as you know, it wasn't enough. I owe my life to my training and my semblance. At the end of the day, those are still your most powerful tools.
What is your semblance?
Oh, damn.
Reflexes! A silly name I came up with. Hard to explain, but I can sense everything better than most and react to attacks almost before they happen.
Oh, wow.
Combine that
Cool.
with my training and secret ability to turn Grim to stone, or blind them, or vaporize them. And that's how you become the Grim Reaper.
Uh-huh.
So, how do I laser beam monsters with my eyeballs?
Thinking like that.
That's cute.
I want you to think of all the times you've triggered your powers. What did those moments have in common?
Strong emotion.
I was scared and stressed. Is it emotional? Like unlocking a semblance?
It's emotional, but more focused than that. Think. What is it you wanted?
I wanted to protect my friends.
Precisely. It is the desire to preserve life which fuels the light inside you. And make no mistake, it is light. Preservation is an extension of creation, or at the very least, an enemy of destruction. The creatures of Grimm were made by the god of darkness, but your light comes from his brother.
How do you know that?
I always knew how to use the light, but never why it only worked on the Grimm. Then Jin showed us her vision. Were you paying attention?
The god of light. His eyes.
Oh my god.
So
that's
they're like
so
directly
cool.
connected to the god of light.
Where do we start?
That's
Well,
awesome, actually.
Not here.
And when he showed up,
The
the
light will
Grimm
only work in the presence
disappears.
of Grimm. Meaning the only practice you'll get will be a trial by fire. But what you can do is focus on creating a state of mind that you can tap into when you need it.
I just love that the butterfly
Don't
like
think
fits
about
her
your
aesthetic.
light as a means of destroying evil, but as a way to protect the
That's
people
cool.
of Remnant.
But that can't be right. You said the light only reacts to Grimm, but I used it during our battle at Haven. It reacted to Cinder.
Interesting.
Probably because she's got Grimm
Perhaps
in
there
her.
was something
She's
that
part
you
Grimm.
just weren't seeing.
Ruby!
Oh, hey, guys.
What's going on?
It's Oscar. He's
Run
missing.
away.
Going through a lot, and then he got like attacked.
Can you pause that?
Yeah. Anyway, man.
Salem's being
So that
good, I don't wanna
episode-
disrupt him.
Yeah, we named our cat Salem,
It
by the way.
was named Crow, and then I was like Salem.
Salem. Even though it's a girl in the show, obviously, but it's because we like Ruby so much, and he was black and white.
Also, from
And-
another show, but I don't want to spoil in case people don't know certain things.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know the other show. Anyway, but yeah, so this one we just basically learned a lot of new information about the Silver Eyes, which very interesting. I didn't pay that close attention to the eyes of the
dragon.
The dragon,
No, well, the
like the
light
light
god or
god.
whatever.
Yeah, that's really really cool. So like Grimm is like from
We kind of knew
God
that,
of Dark,
though.
and then right, but
Yeah.
the God of Light is like where Silver-Eyed Warriors are believed to be from. So that's cool. Also, whenever it worked on Cinder, I don't know if she had the Grimm in her yet.
She had that hand.
But that wasn't at the Fall Beacon. She didn't have that yet.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it was just because like she's like evil. Maybe like maybe it works against evil.
Maybe there's people that just naturally have that in them.
Yeah.
Kind of like how there's
Don't know.
silver-eyed people. I don't know.
Maybe.
Also, I just find it adorable and whatever. But like Salem watched the show, you could see him like watching the show, and sometimes he'd like look up, like make sure I was still watching the show. It was like super cute.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you really enjoy RWBY?
He probably
chilling
does
watching
because
it.
that's where his name came from.
He was just chilling watching it. I was like, I was proud. I had a moment. Yeah, I'm talking about you, buddy.
But anyway,
I like Maria's character. I think she adds a lot to the show. I think especially because so Ruby and Yang's dad is not like the badass role model you would see. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
he really isn't that like involved
Or, like-
that we see.
or like cool. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying like Maria's like a really cool role model character. Like she's a freaking Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Like they have this like legendary warrior style person, that can kind of be a group mentor now outside of Crow, who kind of was that, but now he has this, you know, he's like descended into this alcoholism.
Yeah.
And it's like, I really like what she adds in the show, because she's like this older mentor, but also like, it's like a Mr. Miyagi thing, if you ever watched The Karate Kid or whatever. Like, she just has this wisdom, but she's also, you know, like, she was a badass in the past. Like, we do meta know that, but...
Yeah.
And, like, even Crow and them had heard of the Grim Reaper and stuff, you know? So it's like, I just like the dynamic she adds to the group.
Yeah. She's cool. She's a cool old lady.
And when she's going over now and, like, revealing more of, like, the Silverhand stuff is, like, when it really shines. That's why I really like it.
Yeah. And then the Cordova lady?
Yeah.
Or Cordova or Cordova?
One of those.
The lady.
Makes me think of Qdoba.
She is really, like, crazy, and, like, the two dudes that were, like, the guards, they were crazy as well.
It was very, like, Team Rocket. Like, if you ever watched Pokemon, like, it was, like, the way that she was, like, Meowth with Team Rocket. It was just kind of funny.
And then the fact that friggin' Maria knew that lady.
What does Winter do? What is Winter? Why would I think that... Was Winter in the military? She's in the military, right?
I don't know why you would think that.
I don't know
it
why.
Was her. I mean, I guess it could have been her because she was like an Atlas, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know where she's at right now. I don't remember where she is currently, or if we know that information.
I don't know. The butterflies were cool.
Yeah, I like the butterflies.
I feel like that Arby's is cool,
butterflies.
dude. The butterflies are cool.
Butterflies are cool. So her thing is reflex. Her semblance is reflexes.
But it's like beyond reflex.
It's more like, and it reminded me of like, you know, like you always hear like someone that lacks a sense. So like her lacking vision, it's like, yeah, it heightens like your other senses. So
But if her senses were already like that because of her semblance,
right? Is
she like even more powerful than she was prior?
Right. But the thing is she can still see.
Yeah.
She just sees through the goggles.
I don't know. I'm just wondering if it's like because of that like natural sense.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. It could not have anything to do with her lacking a sense, like her eyes, because she really doesn't lack them, you know?
Well, we don't necessarily know exactly what she can see or what...
I mean, we know she can read a book.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm saying, like, I don't know, like,
she can read a book,
to what level her...
Yeah. Like, is she just see black and white? Or,
I don't know.
You know? I guess it doesn't really matter, you know? But
I was just going with the same thing of, like, you were talking about the reflexes.
Yeah.
And, like, if you lose a sense, it's kind of like...
Yeah, because that was my first thought, but then I was like, but she can
She's not
see,
blind,
so... I mean, and also, if that's her semblance, she probably had it long before she lost her eyes.
Yeah, I'm just saying, could it have made her more powerful?
Yeah, it may have.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she already had that baseline of, like, crazy reflexes as her semblance. So imagine if she had that, like, elevation of it.
She said that she owes her life to her semblance, and I was thinking, like, back to how that girl, like, the lizard girl with the crazy sharp teeth was on her, and her semblance, like, you know, she pulled her weapon back and stabbed the girl in the back.
Yeah.
And that's all I could think. I was like, yeah, it really did save her life.
Yep. Good episode, though. Liked it. Excited to see where we go from here. How many episodes are in the season?
13.
So we got 5 left?
Yeah. And then we have season 7.
Word. Alright. Well, we'll see you in the next one. Like if you did sub, if you don't already, shout out to our patrons. I don't know if we post this on Patreon early or whatever. We post it early on Patreon. We post the full, I think we might edit it for YouTube.
We haven't decided yet because there have been some issues with RWBY and copyright on YouTube. Yeah. So we want to be able to get something out for y'all and not get them blocked. So if this is edited, that is why. It's because full episodes tend to get blocked.
Mm-hmm. But either way, shout out to our patrons. Shout out to everybody watching this on YouTube as well. Thank you for your support. We love you guys. We'll be back with more videos soon. Bye.
Bye.